How important is spirituality in a relationship? Okay, when I think about this question, this is big. I mean, all the research lets us know that if you don't get this straightened out from the get-go, this can cause so many problems in a relationship. So let me ask you a question. How many identify that are on this chat right now, identify as being somebody who is spiritual? Somebody who leads either a spiritual or a faith-based lifestyle. Yeah, so give me a thumbs up. Okay. All right, so back to the question, how important is spirituality in a relationship? So the simple answer is it's actually as important as you make it. And then the complicated answer is there are lots of factors that go into the meaning that we give how important it is to us or not, right? So first I want to make a distinction about religion and spirituality in regards to answering this question, because these terms are used really very often interchangeably. So they're also, both of them are belief systems, and they contain their own sets of practices and rituals. And religious beliefs tend to be more centered around an organized religion and a worshiping of a deity or a god. And they believe in something outside of themselves as the guiding force for their life. And spiritual beliefs, on the other hand, are more often centered around the self as being the guiding force. And so these beliefs impact how we also relate to the world around us. So whether our beliefs are religious or spiritual in nature, they can absolutely still impact our relationships in so many ways. So let me get to it right away. I want to first mention our family background. This is, for most of us, the most impactful force in our life is the families that we are raised and how we are being raised, right, as children. So in certain families, it is super duper important that the partner that we choose also shares our faith. So next, we also have our personal values. So we need to ask ourselves, how important is it for our partner to share our beliefs? And if we can partner up with somebody that actually does not. So thinking, is this a non-negotiable? Is this a deal breaker? Because like I said before, if you skip over this important question and get overly involved and committed and try to make these changes later, it might be like really ugly. So do yourself a favor and really take the seriousness surrounding this question. And so it really is a very personal decision, right? And it's completely fine that we approach our relationships with this in mind, because it's being really responsible, like I said, because we don't want to go into our relationships with the idea of then later on changing that person. We don't want to do that. And with, beliefs, it comes this faith-based approach to life. And so in our relationships and the activities that surround what it is that we believe, the practices that we've maybe been practicing growing up and that are really important to us, the activities, right? So for example, we may engage in daily prayer or attending church or, participating in regular ongoing things with our community, our faith-based community, our spiritual community, such as fasting or engaging in meditation and such as, these important activities that really help us solidify the meaning of our life and help us drive and navigate our future. So we want to ask ourselves, is it okay that we're choosing a partner who is not going to be interested in participating in these activities with us, right? And are we willing to actually participate in our partner's activities that we don't necessarily share their belief systems? So another factor to also consider is raising children. This is where the rubber meets the road, okay? So if we plan to have children, this is one of the most contentious issues that come up in the relationship. So we must ask ourselves questions like, whose beliefs do we want our children to share out of the two? Or is it a combination? Or if we actually share different beliefs, do we give our children a choice as they're growing up and educate them on how we practice different practices? So what will the other non-faith-based parent do when the family engages in activities? So that's another question to ask. So what if both parents share separate beliefs? Who will take the priority? So these are all really super important things to have regular conversations about. And especially as parents, it's important that we raise our children with a unified approach about religion and spirituality, really being on the same page with our partner, even if we don't share the same belief system. So the most important thing is respect. Respect for our own beliefs. So really being clear about what's important to us, what we believe in, no needing to justify it or find ourselves defending what we believe in or straying from it. Letting it go because it just feels too complicated to practice that with a particular partner. No, you really want to stand strong in what it is that you believe, and you get to believe whatever you want. There is no right or wrong when it comes to spirituality and faith. Okay, so respect for our partner's beliefs, even if they don't have any, or even if they don't have any beliefs, or if their beliefs actually differ from our own. So respecting each other enough that we can disagree or agree to disagree, even when it's necessary. So it's about really being aware of how important it is to you and making choices and partnerships right from the get-go that honor that level of importance, okay?